Hello, Mr. Glenn Gall. Welcome to the 21st century with internet. I haven't let anybody in yet. I'm just waiting for it to find me. It's not found me. Let's go for it.
Hello, sir.
Good evening. I'm just letting everybody in.
Hi, sir.
Hello. I'm just waiting for it to find me so that I can get my second screen up and running. For some reason, it's not letting me in.
Hi, sir.
Good evening.
Oh, hi. Hi, sir.
Hello, good evening. Today's class is going to be focused on Taekwondo for beginners. We're going to have a couple of beginners along this Thursday and next Thursday. So we're going to go right through the basics today. Get everyone really confident with the basics. I don't know why my other computer's not coming up. I might have to leave and try again. We're going to tell me the meeting's in progress. What a great bunch we have today. This is awesome. Okay, I brought on tech support so I can get class started without waiting for that. So welcome along to our beginners today. Fantastic to have you here. A good refresher for our existing students, and for everybody new, we'll be going right through from a class for new students. To begin, we better bow in. You guys know what to do here. If it's your first time, don't worry too much about it. Just watch and see. Go in. Right. Raise your right hand and recite the tenets. Stop.
Courtesy, integrity, self-control, indomitable spirit.
Now the student oath. Yes, sir. I shall
observe the tenets of Taekwondo. I shall respect the instructors and seniors.
I shall never misuse Taekwondo. I shall be a champion of freedom and justice.
I shall build a more peaceful
world.
Model. Okay, a couple more people coming in. So, at the start of class, some of you that are new, we say the tenets of Taekwondo and the student oath. It's a bit of a reminder for the sort of people we want to be. So this is actually generally for everybody. We want to be good people. So the tenets of Taekwondo: courtesy, being nice to people and stuff and things and animals and stuff; integrity, knowing the difference between right and wrong and telling the truth; perseverance, if something's hard, we try again; self-control, that's a bit of an obvious one, looking up, controlling myself, my emotions and my body and all those sorts of things; and indomitable spirit, which means standing up for what you believe in. So if you see something that's not right, you stand up and you say something, and you help look after your friends and your family with things like that, as long as you can do so safely. The student oath that we say at the start, observing the tenets of Taekwondo, means I'm going to live by those 5 things. Respect the instructor and seniors is a really interesting one, because that's about all seniors, not just about Taekwondo people. Mum and dad are your seniors, your teacher at school is your seniors. So you show them respect and do what they ask you to do when they give you things to be done, so that everyone can be happier and you can be part of the team. I shall never misuse Taekwondo. That's a pretty major one. We're learning how to kick and punch and hurt people, and we're not going to run around hurting people. We only use it for self-defense or to defend other people if we need to. And usually there's a better way out of a situation than hitting somebody. We learn that as well. I shall be a champion of freedom and justice. So that means I will stand up for what I believe in. I'll look after people and make sure everyone's okay. And I shall build a more peaceful world. If you do all of those other things, and if everyone else is looking after people and being nice to people, we get a much nicer world to live in. So that's why we say that stuff at the start, to remind ourselves about the sort of people that we want to be as Taekwondo students. We start our class with a little bit of warm-up. We're going to do that now, and then we're going to go through some Taekwondo basics. So everyone rotating your wrists. Just make little fists and rotate your wrists in little circles. Change direction. Oh, got somebody else to let in here. And elbows. Change direction. It's very cool to see Mr. Glenn Gall here as well. Mr. Glenn Gall is the instructor of our Koamarama venue. And he has been very unfortunately without internet for the last few weeks. And so now he's back with the 21st century. Makes it possible for him to work, which is very important, but also possible for him to come to training, which is super cool, and see some of you guys that he hasn't seen for ages since the lockdown started. So welcome, Mr. Glenn Gall. Okay, feet about a shoulder width apart. Put your hands in front of you and then twist your torso. Go one way, then the other. Just want to loosen the torso up. Run the muscles in your back, the joints in your back. Welcome in, family. Left ankle. Rotating your left ankle. Change direction. We want to make sure we're nice and mobile before we start training. Change foot. Change direction. Pop your hands on your knees and squat down. And then stand up, legs nice and straight. And squat down again. And stand up. And down. And up. And down. And up. Just warming up those knees. Okay, now if you stand up, protect your brain. One of the key lessons that I'm going to emphasize a lot in our training is protecting your brain. Your brain is the most important part of your body. If your brain doesn't function, you don't get to eat, you don't get to talk, you don't get to run around and have fun. You can't even breathe if your brain isn't working. So you've got to protect your brain. So everyone put your hands up, protect your brain. Come on, Danny, get your hands up, protect that brain. Now from here, holding your hands up, guarding your brain, just circle your knee around, big circles like this. Circling it from the middle, outwards. Big circles. Cool. One of the other things I need to do today for a couple of you that I haven't seen yet this week is have a little bit of a look at you and see how you're going, because we've got a grading coming up in a couple of weeks. So later on in the session, beginners, you're going to see some of the senior guys do some stuff. This time, bring your knee up and bring it into the middle. Changing the other way. Cool. That's it. Hands up by your brain. Keep your hands up. Don't drop those hands. I might need a noodle to remind you. Cool. Okay. Now put your hands on your hips. Just do a little rotation with your hips. And change direction. And come on. Okay. Come and sit down in front of the camera. Show me those little faces. And we're going to work on a couple of technical bits about hand and foot parts. This is going to be good for all you experienced guys as well as for beginners. Put your hands up like this. Hello. Yeah, lovely. Okay, now from here, squeeze your fingers together, and then I want you to curl your fingers down like that. Yeah. Then from here, we're going to start with the little finger and roll in like that. Starting with the little finger going to the forefinger, and then put your thumb on top. That is how we make a fist. Now relax your hands. Now I want you just to close your hands up like you're making a fist. Now if you just close your hands up, now push your fingers. See how my fingers are moving when I push them? If I just close my hand up and push my fingers, all my fingers move. even if I try and hold it hard. And you might find that this first one here, the knuckle sticks out. That's no good. If I'm going to try and hit a target or something with that, that part there is going to hit first. I want to hit with these two bits. This is the part that I hit with when I hit with my fist. Okay, when we hit pads, we don't hit people. That's not good. When we're hitting pads, we use those two knuckles. So now do this again. Hands open like this. Curl your fingers down nice and tightly. And then roll from your little finger through to your forefinger. And pop your thumb on top of those first two bits. Now, if you squeeze those fingers, they don't really move. That's super cool. And you see that these two here make quite a flat surface. That is a fist. That's how we make a fist in Taekwondo. Lots of training like this. And we got nice, strong techniques. Okay. Now, most of the time, if we need to defend ourselves, we don't actually punch with our fists anyway. We tend to punch with our open hands. Because unless you've done 10 or 20 or 30 years like this, then your fists are actually going to get hurt if you hit something with them. You've got to do lots and lots of training to get a strong, strong fist. Now, notice also when you got a fist like this, your wrist is always straight. I don't punch like this. That's a bit silly. I don't do it like that. That's a bit weird. Okay, I'm not going sideways like this. That doesn't work. We're going to have a nice straight line all the way up my wrist to those two knuckles. From my elbow all the way to through those two knuckles is a straight line. Okay, so be careful that you're not bending up or down or sideways. So that's your fist. Okay, that's the first thing. That's our forefist. We've actually got different types of fist, but that's the forefist. Okay, next little hand position we're going to do. Hands up again. One of the other tools that we use, most of you guys, a lot of you guys know, is your knife hand. So, imagine that your hand is like a knife and you cut stuff with it. It's really good for cutting the bread. Right? So what we do here is you have your hand up like this. And then from here, I'm going to pull my thumb back towards my wrist. Pull my thumb back nice and strong. And that'll, you'll feel your hand tighten up. And then when you do that, I'm going to curl my fingers a tiny bit forward. See, it's only a tiny bit. I'm not like this. This is silly. But it's not flat back like that, not pulled back. Because if I have them flat back like that, and I poke it into something, my fingers go backwards. And they don't go backwards very well. So I curl them a tiny bit forward and pull my thumb out of the way. Okay. So this is called our knife hand. And our knife hand is used for cutting. Okay. This bit here, this bone on the outside of your hand, feel that bone. Feel that bone. That bone is what you're using with your knife hand. That's what you're chopping with. Chop with the knife hand. Try the other one, knife hand. You might want to just have a go at that. Chopping, chop. Nice and strong. Pull that thumb out of the way. Chop. Cool. And just as we did with our fist, our wrist is always straight. Straight like this. That's our knife hand. Chop. Cool. Awesome. Okay. So they're two of our hand positions. Forefist, which means front of the fist, and knife hand. Now, when we make our fist like this as well, we often also use our forearm. Okay, the forearm here we generally use to block stuff. So someone's trying to hit us, we can block it with the forearm here. This is called your outer forearm, and you're using this part of your forearm here, not down by your elbow, but you're blocking with this piece here. Okay, so you're like that. So just go like this, block like this. Blocking. Okay, so you're blocking with this part. Okay, that's your forearm. Same thing here, when you block with your forearm, your wrist is nice and straight. Okay, so we've got forefist, knife hand, and forearm. Okay, now we're not called Taekwondo just because we use our hands. We do a lot of stuff with our feet. That's what Tae means. Tae means your foot, flying or kicking. So now some foot positions. Here's my foot. Everyone show me your foot. Show me your foot. Not so close. Some of them are smelly. No, not so close. Yeah, there we go. Okay, pretty good. Here's my foot, right? Now, sometimes when we kick, we're going to push our foot forward like this. Show me pushing your foot forward. And then pull your toes back out of the way like that. Try that. Pulling your toes out of the way. That's it. Foot forward, toes back. This is what I do when I do my front snap kick. I'm going to kick like this. And I'm kicking with the ball of the foot, kicking with this bit. This part here. That's the ball of my foot. So for some of my kicks, I'm pushing my foot forward and pulling my toes back. Okay, so try that with each foot. Cool. That's my front snap kick position. Okay, but we got about 1,200 different kicks in Taekwondo. Some of them are front step kicks, a lot of them are. Now we'll try a foot position for some other kicks. So this time, I'm going to pull my foot back like this. Pull your foot back. And then imagine that I'm pulling my big toe towards my knee. So what that does is it gives me an edge along here. This edge is called my foot sword. And sometimes I can kick with the ball of the foot like this too. So we have kicks like this. This is called a turning kick. And when you do that, my foot's angled slightly down like it is now. Try that. Everyone on the ground, lying on the ground, they just snap back and forward like this. This is called a turning kick. Or I can stamp with it and use that edge of my foot called my foot sword. And that's what we do when we do a side piercing kick. Stamp, stamp, or flick for a turning kick, flick, stamp for a side piercing kick. Cool. So there's some foot positions, hand positions and foot positions. Okay, enough of that laziness, enough of the talking. Everybody stand up. No more slacking off. Come on, up again, up again, up again. Okay, so now the next thing that we want to play with, we've done our hand positions. Show me your fists. Show me your full fists. Everyone show me your fists. Everyone show me your forearms. Everyone show me your knife hands. Everyone show me your ball of your foot with your toes pulled back, foot forward. Show me the other one. Foot forward, toes back. Foot forward, toes back. Cool. Show me the other position. This time where I'm pulling my toes up towards my head. Show me that little flick. Show me a flicking movement like this. Flick, flick, flick. Yeah, nice. Show me the other foot. Flick, flick, flick. Cool. Awesome. So there's some standing, some kick foot positions for kicks. I'm now going to show you some standing positions. Okay, some common standing positions. I better angle my camera a bit better so you can see properly. Okay, first up, the first one's really complex. So you've got to practice carefully. Ready? Everyone, stand like this. Stand like this. Yeah, that's it. That's called parallel stance. So my feet are underneath my shoulders, straight under my shoulders, and both of my feet point straight ahead. I don't stick them out sideways like this. That looks a bit weird. Certainly don't put them inwards like this. They're nice and straight. Under my shoulders, that's a parallel stance. We call this naraini jogi. So everyone show me parallel stance. Pretty cool. Awesome. Okay. Now, here's a tricky thing. With your hands, just put them down in front of your tummy like this. This is called a parallel ready stance. This is a parallel stance. This is a parallel ready stance because I'm ready to do stuff. Okay. Now, at the start, you would have seen everyone is standing like this. Stand with your heels together and your toes a little bit apart. For those of you who have done degrees at school, 45 degrees apart, which is, this is a right angle, 90 degrees. Cut that in half, 45 degrees. No. Question. Okay, so everyone stand heels together, toes apart. This is our attention stance. We put our hands by our sides like this. And then when we bow, we only bow a little bit. Just a little bit. Keep your eyes straight ahead, just bow like this. Nice and easy. It's very important that we only bow a little bit. We don't bow like this in Taekwondo because sometimes we do work with a partner and your partner's only this far away from you. And if your partner's only that far away and you bow like this, you'll smack heads and you'll feel like an idiot. So let's not do that. Like this, and then a little bow. And when we bow in Taekwondo to a person, we say, Taekwondo. So let's try that. Heels together, toes apart, hands by your sides, little bow, Taekwondo. Ready? Jump it. Taekwondo. Just like that. Pretty easy. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, now we're going to go to that parallel stance. But here's the tricky thing. When we move stances, and experienced guys focus on this, when you change stances, you always move on the balls of your feet. You never pivot on your heels. So if I want to go here to my parallel stance, I can't just do this because that's pivoting on my heel. What I have to do first is straighten up my right foot on the ball of my foot and then step my left foot out. Okay, everyone try that. From your attention stance, straighten your right foot, step your left foot out. And then to go back to parallel stance, to attention stance, angle your right foot, step your left foot in. Try that. Just go from one to the other. Cool. Okay, so that's attention stance. Come on, Danny. And that's parallel stance. Nice and simple. I'm going to go through one more stance. This stance is a really solid standing position. We call this walking stance. I just angled my camera too far. We call this one walking stance. So, from here, everyone do this with me. Hands on your hips. Take a big step forward. A big step. Not a little bitty step like I'm going for a walk. A big step. And you'll see that my back foot is pushed in the ground. My heel's on the ground. And my leg is straight as I can get it. My front foot points straight ahead, and so does my back foot. Okay, now, my stance is a shoulder width wide, just a little bit wider than my parallel stance. So from here, I can go 1, 2. Try that. 1, 2. 1, 2. Keep your hips and shoulders nice and straight. Keep that back heel on the floor. Juniors, make sure from here, back heel stays on the floor. You'll notice that I'm also gliding along the floor. I'm not doing this. None of that. My foot just glides along the floor like I'm skating. Now my back leg's nice and straight, but my front leg is bent, so my knee's over my ankle. And it's a really strong position. You should feel like nobody could move me even if they tried. I am so solid and strong. I cannot be moved. Show me I cannot be moved. Everyone show me. Okay. Somebody needs some music. There we go. Okay, good. So that is attention stance, parallel stance, and walking stance. Okay, walking stance. Now, first of our basic exercises is our parallel stance punch. So, what I want to do now is I'm going to hold my left hand up like this. Everyone hold your left hand up. Put your right hand on your hip with your palm facing up. So my fingers are pointing towards the sky. Palm up. Okay, like this. So one hand's out, the other hand's palm up. Now from here, what I'm going to do is change hands. Change hands, go. Change hands. Change hands. Change hands. Now you notice when you do that, you have to twist your hands. Watch, watch. Okay, so both of my hands twist, because when my hand's on my hip, it's palm up. But when it's out, it's palm down. So you twist towards the end of the movement, you twist your hands. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to add to that is every time we do that, we're going to do a little breath. That's it. Try and keep your shoulders straight. So Jessica, from here, don't angle your shoulders like this. Keep your shoulders straight. That. Seniors, of course, you're going to be adding your sine wave as well. And come on. Okay. One last little thing we do before I'm going to give the senior guys something to do. Everybody stand up, or in fact, you can kneel down if you want to. Put your hands on your tummy. Put your fingertips on your tummy. Everyone with your fingertips here. Not hands on hips like this, fingers on tummy. Okay, now you're going to practice the breathing. When we breathe, I want you to, when you breathe in, you make your tummy big. Make your tummy as big as you can. And when you breathe out, you use your tummy to push it really small and push the air out. Okay, So that's how we breathe in Taekwondo. Now, when you push the air out, you should feel your tummy muscles go rock hard. Hands up if your tummy muscles are rock hard. Oh, good stuff. That's what we want to see, rock hard. If you're not, we'll just do some more exercise. From here. Okay. Yes, Toby. No, is it Toby? Yes. Christian?
Sort of.
So with your fingers on your tummy, you should feel when you breathe in, your tummy gets big. And when you breathe out, you should feel your tummy push in and get really tight and strong, like a bag full of rocks. Okay, try that a few times. Then you can try that with your punch. Cool. Okay, and relax. Now, the reason we breathe like that, and most sports control your breathing. It's very, very important because it's a way of getting the energy and the oxygen to your muscles, where your muscles need the energy. So coordinating your breath with your exercise is really important. Anyone see the Olympics? Anybody see the weightlifting? When they're
I have.
When they're lifting weights, you'll see them. They're breathing out as they push, right? Or as they lift, they're breathing out. It's the same principle. Now, when you breathe out, as I say, it's all about making your tummy big, not about lifting your shoulders up. Don't take a deep breath like this. For some reason, we learned this at school as a deep breath. It is not a deep breath because you've got your ribs in the way. Down here, you've got your tummy and no ribs, much more space to take oxygen into your body. And then your ribs will expand as well. Big breath. And then push it out and tighten the tummy muscles. Okay, grab a quick drink. I'll do a quick summary. And then I want to see, you're going to see what some of the senior guys do. Okay. Quick summary. We talked about fists, rolling your fingers, thumb over the top. Strong, strong fist. Okay, we talked about knife hand. Flat hand, little curl on the fingers, pull your thumb back toward your wrist, nice and strong on that edge. We talked about forearm, this part here. Okay, with a nice strong fist, blocking with your forearm. We talked about foot position for front snap kick. We'll do some of those later. We talked about the foot position for turning kick and side piercing kick. We talked about a tension stance and parallel stance and how we always move on the balls with our feet. We talked about walking stance, a nice, big, long, strong stance. And we've started parallel stance punch with breathing, using two hands. Pulling this hand back hard or just as hard or harder than the other hand goes forward. Okay, now, everybody on their feet except beginners. Beginners, you get to watch the next bit. I'm going to highlight some of our students. Where are my students who are yellow belt or higher? We have, oh, look, there's Toby, see? Toby, see? You're going to, oh, look at that. You're front and center. We've got, oh, Robin, yeah, add you, you're there. Oh, Mr. B, Mr. B's there. Now, who else have we got? Oh, we got Harper and Kenzie. There we go. Who else have we got? Oh, there we go. We've got our green belt visitor, Sam. Awesome. Welcome, Sam. Add you. Who else have we got? Okay. Oh, yes, here we go. We got Jade. Add Jade. There we go. Okay, so white belts. If you know four direction punch, you're going to do four direction punch both sides. Yellow stripes. If you know Chon-Ji, you're doing Chon-Ji. Yellow belts and above. Oh, Magnus. How did I miss Magnus? Where's Magnus? Where's Magnus? Yellow belts and above, you're going to do Dangun. If you know Dangun. If you haven't learned Dangun yet, then you can do Chon-Ji. Okay, so, here we go. We've got some great people on camera now. So, if you know Dangun, yellow belts and above doing Dangun, yellow stripes doing Chon-Ji, and white belts doing full direction punch both sides. And everyone can, and our beginners can watch and see how this looks. Now, a couple of little rules. Some of us are in little spaces. It's not as big as our hall. To fit in a little space, you do good, big stances, proper stances. But then if you run out of space, you move your body, adjust to find some space, and then do the next movement. So quick demonstration of that. I'll add me. From here, if I'm doing Dangun and I don't have enough room over here, I'll do my first movement. And then I'll go, oh, not enough room, shuffle back. Second movement. Third movement. Oh, shuffle back. Next movement. Okay, so that's how we make use of our little spaces. Okay, everybody ready? I got to unmute. Oh, yeah, remove me. There we go. Just the cool people now. And all of our cool people that are yellow, white belts and yellow stripes practicing your stuff too. Okay, ready. Mr. Glenn Gore, I'll give you a break. Did you want to do it as well? Or do you want to watch the little guys? You'll be doing the class later. You're going to do the class later. I'll let you leave this one off. Okay, ready. Dangun tool or the other pattern. Oh, actually, Sam, you're quite conveniently in the middle. So you can do one yo if you like. Beat. She jump. Nice strong stances. Don't let those stances get short and sloppy. Remember to use the power from your hip. Explode into your movements. Mr. B, other way here. From that third rising block, leave that right foot where it is and move your left foot. That's your right foot, Mr. B. So go back to that last movement. G. And turn the other way toward your back. No, that's your other way. Turn the other way. Leave your right foot where it is. There we go. Yes, that's way. That way. That's it. Yes, that was it. Good. Come on, bottle. Okay, we give him a clap. That's pretty awesome. Good clap. Yeah, good work. Okay, make sure you got good, strong stances. Now there's a couple. I'm going to spotlight some of our junior guys now. I want to see how they're going. Dia, I want to see how you're going with full direction punch and full direction block. So I'm going to put you on spotlight. I'm going to remove me. Just have Dia for now. Who else? Oh, Mac. I want to see my white belts and yellow stripes. White belts first. What are the white belts? Oh, Mason. Let's have a look and see how you're going. I know you're a yellow stripe now, but I want to have a look anyway. Okay. Oh, Toby, can you show us? Oh, I'll put Toby on. Yeah, Toby. Doesn't mean that other people are getting a holiday. Geelon, I want to see you. I want to see how awesome you're looking. Oh, Finlay, I want to see you as well. Okay. And I'll see Zane. Okay. Now, everybody's going to do this. Who knows it? If you know full direction punch, stand up. Beat. Right side first. Ready with your right side. She jump. Start again, dear. Start again. Don't rush. Slow it down. I want to see good stances and stuff, dear. Don't rush. Okay, left side. Bottle, left side. And gesok. Left side, dear. Left side, dear. Start again. Start again, dear. Step forward with your left fist. That's it. Yes. No, turn the other way, though. Turn the other way. That's it, dear. Now you got it. Geelon, I want to see big stances. Mason, big stances, but bigger. Big, bigger. You're getting tall, young man. And buttle. Okay. Four direction block. Four direction block. Right side. Beat. Shijo. Turning the wrong way there, dear. You haven't been practicing, love. Need to be practicing those patterns, young lady. Now hold your last position. And bottle. Okay. Now the left side. So the left foot does the moving. The right foot just turns around in a circle. Ready. Go. Zane, you got the wrong foot moving there, young man. You knew it, didn't you? There we go. And come on. Bottle. Okay. We're going to do one more pattern, and then we're going to be back with everybody. Oh, that was a bit of an oops. Where am I going? Okay. Everybody this time, do your own pattern. Everyone do your own pattern. Okay, so I'm going to do Chon-Ji with the yellow stripes. Okay, are we ready? So if you're a white belt, you can choose whether you're going to do four direction punch or four direction block. And you're going to do both sides, the right side, then the left side. And then after we've done this, we're going to do something with all of our beginners and stuff again. Ready? Your own pattern. Ready? Shijo. Okay, see if anyone's still going. And come on, bottle. Okay, everyone grab a drink. Okay. Now, back for everybody. Now, beginners again as well. We're going to do some nice stuff for beginners to work on too. We're going to start with some basic kicks. Okay, here. Okay. The first attacking kick that we do is our front snap kick. Okay, front snap kick. So front snap kick is designed to go boom and poke someone in the tummy or poke the target. So what we're going to do from here is lift the knee up nice and high and then smash it forward and back. Okay, that's a front snap kick. Remember that foot position we did at the start? The foot puts forward and the toes are pulled out of the way. So we're kicking with the ball of foot. This is called outcurve. Okay, so from here, we're going to make that walking stance. Put your right leg at the back. Walking stance. Go. Everyone show me your right walking stance. Where are our beginners? I'm trying to see our beginners on the screen. From here, lifting up your knee, and then snap out and back. And then cross your arms as you step back, and finish with your arms as well as your hands out by your sides. Okay, ready? Let's try front snap kick. Come on, Asher. Show me your walking stance. I want to see your front snap kick, young man. Hands out by your sides, walking ready stance. And hana.
Sir,
Seniors, think about using your hip power. Yes, Tamisha.
can I go to the toilet?
Yes, you can go to the toilet if you can't hold your bladder for an hour. Okay, door. Set. Net. Tasso. Yasso. Cool, now swap legs. Ready? Hana. Two. Set. Net. Tasso. Yasso. Forward bottle. Okay, now incidentally for our beginners who are along today, those movements that we saw before where the white belts turn around in circles, 4-direction punch and 4-direction block, those are the movements that you learn at white belt. Okay, 4-direction punch and 4-direction block. You get a bit of time to learn it. You don't have to learn it all at once, but you do learn that to get your yellow stripe. Question? Not a question? Someone just mishearing themselves? Okay, now, one other kick that we're going to do at white belt, that was the front snap kick. The other kick is a block. It's also used for stretching, but it's a block, front rising kick. This time I pull my toes back and my foot back and bring my leg straight up this way. Nice straight leg. Let's try that. Ready? One leg back. Nice big walking stance. Remember, one shoulder width wide, heels on the ground. Hard. Two. Set. Net. Just relax your arms when you kick. You bring them up by your brain. Dasa. Yasa. Ilga. Keep your legs straight. Yaro. And change your legs. Other leg this time. Hana. Two. Set. Net. Dasa. Yasa. Ilga. Yano. And baro is returned. Okay, relax. So there's quite a lot of new beginner content we've covered today. And for your experience, guys, it's a refresh of some of the detail. There's one other little thing that I want to cover that is good for you white belts, yellow stripes, and yellow belts to remember. Toby, question. Toby C, question, you got your hand up?
Yes.
Hi, Master B. Toby C has a question which his mother's going to ask on his behalf because I was watching his pattern and I said to him, I'm sure that's not right. And he said, sure, that's what Master B told me. So we're going to just have a decision made by Master B.
Okay.
Indo-san, I think it's about movement 14, the wedging block front snap kick.
Yes.
Which way is your body facing? Is it facing straight on to the back or is it at an angle, sir?
It's on an angle. So the wedging block is here.
Watch.
Kick, punch, punch. And then you go the other side on an angle. Kick, punch, punch. And then you straighten up when you do your chukimaki, the rising block.
Thank you, sir. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Other questions?
No.
Okay, now This stuff, it should be a reminder for most of you guys, but it may not be, and it's really, really important. This is about how your body moves. Now, you all know about sine wave. Sine wave is one of the key ways in Taekwondo that we get power from our abdomen and our glutes. These are the biggest muscles in the body. We get power from these guys, right? And we do this by springing our knees when we move. We go down, rise up, and then land in the stance. Okay, so sine wave is super, super important. The other thing that happens naturally with sine wave, look at the path my foot takes. I'm going to move this foot. Look at the path it takes. Okay, it doesn't go out in a straight line. It's not straight out to my stance like this, because I relax and bend my knees. My foot curves in halfway and then goes out to my stance. Okay, we call this an outcurve line. It curves in and then out. Not all the way to the other foot. That's a bit weird. Just halfway, because I'm putting all my weight onto this leg when I step. So it naturally comes in. Okay, so from here, everyone stand up with your hands on your hips. You're going to do your sine wave, spring your knees, down, up, down. And I want you to think about two things. First is the movement of your head. My body is straight up and down, but because I bend my knees, my head's going to go down a little bit. Then as I fall forward, it rises up. And then as I land, it drops down again. So it makes a nice smooth curve. That's what we call sine wave. From here, down, up, down. For those who know maths, it's actually more of a cosine wave. Second thing I want you to think about is that foot coming in a little bit and then going out again. So from here, everyone, your hands on your hips in your parallel stance. Think about your feet, bend your knees, down, up, down. And then come back. Then to the other side, down, up, down. So bend both your knees, spring your knees, relax. Spring your knees, relax. And fall into the stance. So the down motion, you're still, I've got my body weight up. Then as I rise up, I'm falling forward. And then I fall kind of into my stance. Just as way as you do when you're walking. If you're walking normally, you're transferring your body weight from one foot to the other. It's the same thing. If somebody swept my foot now, I'd fall over because I'm falling onto that foot. It's the same thing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then sine is from here, well, those of you who have been here for a while, forward and backward. Forward and backward. It's the leg that does not move that creates the spring with the knee. So notice when I'm going forward and backward, this heel that's not moving stays on the ground. A lot of you juniors doing this, your heel comes off the ground. Shouldn't come off the ground. Relax, down, up, down.
And Master B,
so,
do you lift the other foot off the ground, or does it actually just slide along the floor?
It's a good question. It's about 1 centimeter off the floor.
Okay.
Pull your toes out of the way so they don't tip over. But it glides just above the floor.
Okay.
So try that. And then do the other leg from here. The foot that's not moving creates the sine wave. It's also the one that's pulling me. It's pulling me forward. And then this leg pulls me backward. I'm not pushing off with this back foot. I'm not pushing myself forward. Or when I'm going backwards, I'm not pushing myself backwards with the front foot. I'm pulling myself with the back leg. So everyone try that and see whether you can feel it. Down, up, down. This leg does all the work. If you're feeling really confident, try the turns and four direction punch. See, it's the same leg. The leg that's on the ground does all of the work. My foot comes halfway in towards my other foot. It doesn't come all the way into the other foot. That would be weird. Okay, so when I'm going around the circle, I don't do this. That's just weird. I go halfway from here. And that enables me to flick my hips and get power. Okay. Cool. Come on. So everybody should now know about outcurve line and about sine wave, particularly in walking stance. Now I want you all to try the first 4 movements of Chon-Ji. You can white belts. Step to the left, step forward, bring my front foot all the way around, and step forward. Okay? From here, step left, step forward, all the way around, and forward. Notice how I do my sine wave when I turn all the way around. Down, up, down. I don't come up until I've already turned. Here, now I'm coming up. I don't come up here, because then I'm going to lose balance and my stance will be bad. Down, turn, up, down. Okay, try that. Make sure you can land in a good, strong walking stance every time. If you can't, you're going to work on that balance. And that sine wave and timing will make a big difference. Yes, Mr. R, you are allowed to do the movements as well. Do a couple of times just with your hands, just to get the feel for it. Okay, and come on. Now there's 2 other points I'm going to add about sine wave. For most of our stances, our legs are bent, we're sitting down. There are a few stances we do where our legs are straight, like the parallel stance before. If my legs are straight, like I'm in a parallel stance, I can't create sine wave by bending my knees, because then instead of going down, up, down, I'm going down, up, nothing. Okay, so what we do instead is we keep our legs straight and just come up a little bit on the balls of our feet. Relax, come up, down and punch. Relax, come up, down and punch. Relax, come up, down and punch. Yeah, nice, Naomi, very nice. Okay, relax, up, and drop down. Okay, the other thing, now this is going to apply more to Sam than it is to others, but I want you to think about it, because the obvious question is, what do I do if I start with straight legs and end with bent legs or bent legs? What do I do if I start with bent legs and end with straight legs? Okay, so straight legs to bent legs, bend my knees. Down, up, down. Down, up, down. Bent legs to straight legs, down, flat. I don't come up onto the heel, or onto the ball of my foot. So at the end of your pattern, for example, I go down here. My heel doesn't come off the floor. Down, up, flat. Okay. And come on. Wow, very technical class for everyone today. We'll do a little bit of a stretch. There was a lot of basic content in there, and it's really important to do a refresher of that material. Who picked something up today that they weren't confident about before? Who learned something? Hands up if you learned something. Okay, who was refreshed or reminded of something? Sitting down, both legs out to the front, one leg over the top, and twist. And change legs. What an awesome group we had today. Okay, so remember that next week, I'll also be doing some work focusing on beginners.
Master B, when is the class going to finish?
At 6 o'clock.
How much more minutes?
Only 6 minutes. Okay, so next week at this time will also be a class for beginners. So those of you who haven't been with us long, it'll be a good learning curve. Those of you who are already a yellow belt or green stripe or green belt, you might want to come to the 6 o'clock class instead next week. Because I'll refresh a lot of this material and go a little bit deeper for them.
Wait, what class? What class?
Gelon, you can come to this class again next week. Okay, both legs out to the front. Breathe in. And out. Come on, Asha. Sitting down, stretching forward. Just hold that position. Okay. While you're holding that position, I'm going to take a record of who's here. Okay, now open your legs nice and wide, nice and wide. And reach up nice and tall. And go down to the middle. And sitting up nice and tall, bring your legs in. Standing up, one leg behind, grab your ankle, push your knees forwards. Now, a few of you here haven't been training with us for very long, so hopefully you picked up some really good stuff today, and I'll help you put some things together. And those of you that have been with us for a while, refresher for some of the details. And change legs. Magnus and Naomi, be careful. And hips a little bit. Change direction. And turn and tidy up. Now, mums and dads will know that for white belts and yellow stripes, we'll do a grading over Zoom if we need to on the 27th of September. Make sure you have filled in the pages from your book for the grade that you are going for, because as part of that, I'm going to ask you to show me your pages and show me that you have filled them in. If you have this book, then of course you don't have pages to fill in. You should just be writing your notes in your notebook. But this one's got exercises and stuff to do in it. So I want you to show me that you finished those pages. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Christian.
Here it is.
What's your question? Julian, that's not a question. I see your book. Awesome. Good to see that you're reading it. That's fantastic. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. It's been great to see you. Remember, we've got a class on Saturday at 11 o'clock, and it'd be great to see a lot of you there. So come along to Saturday at 11 o'clock. And then we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week at 5 o'clock. Okay, same place, same time. See you then. Okay, on your feet. Sit up. Great for you guys to bring family members and stuff joining in. Awesome to see you new faces. Thank you guys. Sit up. Go in. Take a walk. Huzzah. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Class.
Goodbye, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye. Thanks, guys.
I'm going now.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Okay.